right, for more on this issue surrounding the Niger Delta environmental pollution within the context of Ken Saro-Wiwa's struggles, we're now being joined by human and environmental rights campaigner Celestine Akpobari. I want to say very, very big welcome to Newsday. And right now, the Ogoni people seem to have woken up from their slumber. Some would say that this is long overdue. Give us your own experience. Where were you, first of all, when this particular issue happened? And give us your own view to the struggle by the Ogoni people.
Well, I didn't quite hear you well.
All right, if I were to repeat my question for clarity's sake, I asked, where were you at the time this particular ungodly act actually happened to Ken Saro-Wiwa, one? And secondly, why have this taken so long for the Ogoni people to rise up to this particular cause?
Well, when that dastardly act happened, I was a young school leaver, secondary school leaver, working on an oil palm plantation called Reason Palm, somewhere in Rivers State, when that happened. But the news took over the entire Rivers State. Even the weather of that very day laid testimony to the evil that was, about to be perpetrated in the land. I'm talking about why did it take so long for Ogoni people to rise up to the occasion. We've been on from day one. Don't forget that after the execution of Ken Saro-Wiwa and others, the military occupation of Ogoni continued. But in spite of that, the Ogoni people have been moving from one community to another, organizing and mobilizing. If we were not organizing and mobilizing, they would have taken the oil, because in their own thinking, after the execution of Ken Saro-Wiwa, oil should flow the next morning. So we've been organizing up to today. It's been 26 years after the death of Ken, and nobody has been able to resume oil operation in Ogoni. That shows that we've been organizing and mobilizing.
26 years after, and the community is still destroyed. People's livelihoods are still destroyed. The displacement of many Ogoni people is happening as well. And you did say that the oil companies have not been able to come back. And we also know that Shell awarded a large amount of money to the Ogoni people, I guess in a way to apologize for the destruction of their land. I'm wondering, what are the things that the Ogoni people specifically want from Nigeria in order to feel like reparations have been done in order, in terms of what has happened to their homeland?
Well, I want to correct that impression. Shell never gave money to Ogoni people for anything. I think one community called Bodo, had case with Shell over an oil spill that devastated their land. And they opted for out-of-cost settlement in London. It was that community that Shell paid some money. UNEP report, which I call a death sentence on the Ogoni environment, livelihoods, and the people itself, never mentioned anything about compensation to the people. Talking about the demands of the Ogoni people, our demands are enshrined in the Ogoni Bill of Rights. We talked about having Ogoni people in employment, managerial position in the oil companies that were operating in our land. We talked about Ogoni people managing their own affairs in the polity of Nigeria, because Ogoni is an indigenous ethnic nationality. It will surprise you that in spite of the size and education of the Ogoni people, that no Ogoni have been governor of Rivers State, no Ogoni have been deputy governor, no Ogoni have been speaker, no Ogoni have been chief judge. That gross political marginalization of the people. So we wanted to manage our own affairs. We wanted to talk about our culture and languages that were dying, because you are forced to study Igbo, Yoruba, outside in the university. So what happened to the Kana, the Gokana, the Eleme and Tai, local dialect of the Ogoni people? And so we're talking about all that are legitimate demands that other ethnic nationalities already enjoy in abundance. We're talking about using a fair share of money that comes from oil in the development of Ogoni. Till today, no community in Ogoni can turn on the tap. It's just about few months, it's just in March that IPREP started awarding contract for water to some communities. But that was based on the union report. What has happened to government? Whether government abdicated their role in providing infrastructure and amenities for the people. We cannot drink water. If you read union report that I call a death sentence, it says every water taken in Ogoni is coated with ACM or crude oil. As of 2011, when that report was submitted, that our land was dead up to 5 meters. But I can tell you that as at the time they commenced the cleanup in 2017, that pollution had got into the water table. Life has become so short in Ogoni. If you go there, people are dying in their numbers because of hydrocarbon in the air that people are breathing. All to the years of living and whining with pollution and death. Our people can no longer fish and farm. Livelihood have been completely destroyed. Poverty and hunger are setting in a place where there is an absence of government. How do you send your children to school? How do you take care of their health? So these are all things we are talking about. And now we are asking that federal government should declare a state of emergency in Ogoni. The same thing they are doing in Abuja. Look at what has happened in Abuja that does not have one oil well. They should do that. And we are also asking that we don't need pardon for Ken Saro-Wiwa and those that died with him. We need exoneration because they did not commit the offense for which they were murdered for. When Nigeria returned to democracy in 1999, only 2 issues were plaguing Nigeria, June 12 and the Ogoni issue. June 12 have been settled. They should also settle the Ogoni issue. Apologize to Ogoni people. That's what we are asking for.
Now, you mentioned apologize to your Ogoni people. Is that the justice you're looking for? Because, like you mentioned, cleanups began in 2017 and this is 2021. It's yet to be complete. In 2012, the Court of Justice in Echo was also gave a verdict in favor of the Ogoni 9, and we're yet to see that judgment fully implemented. What will be justice in 2021 for the Ogoni people and the Ogoni 9?
Well, if I hear you well, we are asking that the government of Nigeria should apologize to the Ogoni people, the families of the Ogoni 9 that were murdered. In fact, not only the Ogoni 9 were killed, up to 2,000 people were murdered in Ogoni. But we are pinning on the Ogoni 9 because these men, did not commit any offense like the other 2,000 people too. But the manner in which they were murdered and executed and attacked a murderer, for offense that they did not commit. We are saying that the government, haven't realized. I was with the delegation that met with President Buhari on October 22nd. And he said that it was time, to have a closure on this matter that has become so indelible. That was his exact word. So if the government has realized that they did evil against the Ogoni people, I think they apologized to the family of Abiola and gave him the highest honor in the land. They should apologize to Ogoni and pay compensation and, forget about resumption of all operation until all these things are done. The cleanup in Ogoni will take 25 years. It is wrong that you turn on the tap is running, and you claim that you are removing water from the floor. How will you remove water from the floor when the tap is running? Now we are yet to kickstart the cleanup properly, and you want to kickstart oil operation? That is hypocrisy, and we do not want that.
Sir, how do we move forward from this? It's a very terrible situation. One might almost say, where do you even start? The cleanup, as you described, and a lot of experts described, is going to take a very long time to start. Poverty has set in. It seems like the government has also been distracted by quite a few other catastrophes going on in the country. The question is, where do we start? What is the first point of contact for the Ogoni people to get the justice that they deserve?
Well, the first point of contact, like I said, is for the Mr. President to apologize on behalf of the Nigerian government for what they did against the Ogoni people and exonerate Ken Saro-Wiwa and others from that happened. Declare a state of emergency in Ogoni so that the infrastructure, the amenities can be the place can be developed. Our people have not gone to school for quite some time, over 30 years now, because of the devastation of the environment and destruction of their livelihoods. So if you take care of all this, special attention given to the area, we are not devils. There is no way we will not forget what has happened somehow and move on. But I can tell you now that we are stuck in that same position in 1995 because people are like, they cannot do anything. They are nobodies. Nobody should live there. It should be an oil field. Why are they even talking? Is that the only place that is polluted in Nigeria? People are talking as if human being does not matter, but we matter. So we are stuck in that same position we were on the 10th of November, 1995. We need to move from that position, but government need to take the first step.
All right, some will say that this was the reason why NDDC was founded in the year 2000 to probably help ameliorate against some of this hardship that the Ogoni people are experiencing. But some are also claiming that you should look towards the NDDC, that the federal government had tried their best to probably at least extend an olive branch to the Ogoni people.
I want you to go around Ogoni and tell me if you see one project executed by NDDC. The only thing that has happened in Ogoni recently is the Bonny Bodo Road and the commencement of the implementation of UNEP report. If not, nothing has happened. If anything, it is worse because there have been fresh spills from unserviced oil facilities. Of course, they were supposed to have dismantled all that they have in Ogoni soil because UNEP report recommended, that they need to decommission. But that has not happened. So if you need to send a team to Ogoni. I think the government thought that the Ogoni people were just blabbing and lying, and that was why they hired UNEP to do an environmental audit and assessment in Ogoni. The report that came out was a death sentence, and that's why the implementation is about to start. So let them also send a team to go and look at what NDDC. I have never seen an NDDC be board in Ogoni, meaning that NDDC has not done anything in Ogoni. If you ask them, they will claim that they are not taking oil in Ogoni. But is there an oil well in Abuja where all the money is going to develop? So they should stop playing these games.
Recently, the COP26 summit took place in Glasgow. You know, we have a Nigerian delegation there, as well as delegations from all over the world, discussing the key environmental issues impacting global warming and such, and what these nations are doing. I'm wondering what you felt if you ever watched this week, if you heard any of the speeches made by our president or the others, and what you feel about the fact that this is not part of the discussion. The Ogoni people are not part of the national environmental discussion.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because Nigeria pay lip service to everything. Every year they have a ritual of presenting a debating budget. They allocate so much money to health, education, and electricity, and you don't see any of such. So what is new about the environment? It's the same thing. Lip service. Even if they mention the Ogoni in their environmental statement, they will not do anything. In fact, the least thing the government pay attention to is the environment. Because if they do, Niger Delta will not be in the mess that it is now. They will tell you they are signatory to several conventions. Even this we are asking for zero, not the net zero they are talking about. If they are serious about that, they will not be thinking about resuming oil operation in Ogoni. Because we are saying that people should stop opening up new oil wells because the world is moving away from dirty fossil fuel. The world is thinking about clean energy. So what's the noise about we have given OML 11 to MPDC, they should go and meet Ogoni people, discuss on how to resume oil operation? No. The first 30 years of oil theft in Ogoni, what happened? Go to Oloibiri, that has become a museum. Shameful indeed, where they got their first money from. The community people cannot even drink good water. So what they have just done is to rob the people here. Unfortunately, 99% of the oil wells located around the delta belong to people who have never visited the delta, who will never be here, who don't know the pains that we are going through. I think all this need to be, if I have my way, every person in Niger Delta to stop oil production so that we can think well. Maybe because
but
they don't think
Celestine, I would
when
like
they go
to
bed and
ask,
wake up in the
because
morning and their account is credited.
Celestine, permit me to ask at this point, because COP26 is being put together to address issues like what we're seeing happen in Ogoni. Did the Ogoni people or Mossop put up a fight to ensure they are part of those contingents going to Paris and Glasgow to hatch out these issues and lay it there bare for the world to see? Because it seems you've been on the sideline screaming for the entire world to see when a conference of this magnitude was held in Glasgow to actually show the effects of dirty energy or fossil fuel, like you like to mention.
Well, I have been in several COPs, and I would have been here in this one. But this is our Heroes Week of Action. This is the period we are remembering our heroes. And there is nothing on earth that would have taken somebody like me and some of us from Ogoni at this point when we are remembering those who were murdered some years back.
Do you not think it would have been a perfect opportunity? Do you not think that it would have been a perfect opportunity to announce, to highlight the issues of the Ogoni people with the 26th year anniversary of Ken Saro-Wiwa and the Ogoni Nine's death? It would have gone viral, for lack of way to put it. Do you not see it that way?
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been, but we have Reverend Nimobasi there. We have Patrick Bond, and they have spoken. Yeah, they have spoken on behalf of the Ogoni people. They have made several presentations. We are in touch with them every day.
All right.
Okay. Not to stretch it further, because you seem to be giving excuses rather than using the opportunity and the platform that COP26 actually created for the world to see the effects of climate change and how the world literally is shutting down, no thanks to climate change. But let's push it further away from this as it stands right now. And you've mentioned quite a lot of things you want from the federal government. But for you today, and for the Ogoni people, what would they want Nigerians to remember today being the 11th of November for?
Well, I want Nigeria to remember that today being the 11th of November is a day that is 24 hours after Nigerians chose oil over blood of our citizens. It was exactly today, about 24 hours after that, several other punitive measures were taken against the Nigerian state. The Commonwealth suspended Nigeria. A lot of things happened. Several supports to the country were withdrawn because of the murder of innocent people in Ogoni. And I think that we should not go back to that dark page anymore. That's what I would want people to remember today for.
Mr. Akpobari, for your time with us this afternoon, we give you many thanks, and we wish you all the best with your plight for the justice for the Ogoni people.